Hello, and welcome to another update video about ETH. Yeah, ETH quite strong today. Pushes higher into micro resistance than Bitcoin. So we want to take a look at what that could mean for the chart. Obviously, with ETH, the overall situation hasn't changed. We have 5 waves down of the September high here, or of the 18th of September high. We count that as circle wave 1. The price moved yesterday into our target area in circle wave 2. Then got rejected at the trend line and in our resistance area at the golden ratio at 1630. Did basically what it needed to do, moved down in pretty clearly actually 5 waves. So we'll see if it can hold resistance now. That would be the expectation for now. However, it's pushing quite high already into resistance. Bitcoin respects the resistance area a little bit better. ETH also reacted to it here, yeah, but it still climbs higher. So it's just stapling green candles at the moment. We wanted the price to get into this region, but it would be time for it to turn around here. We take a look at that now, and then it could start a third wave breakdown next. Bitcoin seems more ready for it. And again, we see an explanation in the ETH BTC chart like yesterday. So ETH BTC is climbing further into the resistance area, which stretches all the way up to 0.0617. At the moment, one more low appears likely, but if there is a break above 0.0617, yeah, then it could really go. Then ETH will outperform Bitcoin with a high likelihood over the coming months, okay? So that's the pivot point for me here. It could also develop an inverse head and shoulders on this chart. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and if there is a breakout, there isn't going to be a last wave down. Remember, we already reached our target range here, so we have to be ready for a turnaround, but at the moment another low appears reasonable and likely. But it's now the time where we are watching for reversal patterns. As always, we need 5 waves above resistance, 3 waves down to confirm. So it could just be here the inverse head and shoulders that might give us that break above resistance. And that's also why ETH is currently stronger than BTC, because it's just stretching further into the key resistance level within this wave 4, or maybe something more bullish. Yeah. If we now go back to the ETH USD chart, then we can see that key resistance for this wave 2. So first of all, ETH stretched into our target area again, which is great. After 5 waves down, we expected here a bit of a rally. Now we need to see, so 1623 is key resistance. It's the 78.6 retracement level. Ideally, we don't want it to get above that. If it does, okay, it doesn't invalidate the idea of a wave 2. It just makes it a bit less likely. It will only get invalidated above 1633. Yeah, so be aware of that. Could be that sometimes they just overstretch, and we talk about 1623 here as a key level, but we don't want price to sustain above it. So a quick break above it, not a problem if we get a breakdown afterwards. And you could use, for example, a trend line to understand when this trend breaks, very simply. Yeah. So that will likely happen when I'm not making a video. So you can just watch that. So as long as the trend line is holding, it's likely just climbing a bit higher. And then there will be another decision point here, the previous swing high, yesterday, 1633, and the descending trend line and the golden ratio. Okay, so there's a cluster of resistance there. I would pay attention to that. And what happens if the wave 2 here gets invalidated? Well, my best view is that it probably will just reset circle wave 2. So it might just reset circle wave 2. This is sort of the plan B, the fallback option that could happen. Okay, so there was a bit of noise in the background. So key is that if we invalidate this small 1-2 setup, which would be a shame because it's a really nice bearish setup, but if we do invalidate this 1-2 setup and the wave 2 breaks above yesterday's high, then I would first of all observe if this circle wave 2 is actually still in the making and the 1648 level will be relevant again, yeah, or still be relevant. Then it would have probably just moved in quite a complex, I mean, this could become quite a complex correction, like a WXY, for example. Let's show you. So, for example, this could be a, or even a larger ABC. I mean, I will not rule that out. For example, A wave to the upside, B wave to the downside, C wave up, and then to reset the wave 2. Now that I would only really watch that if we get a break above 1633. It's always worth knowing what is the level to watch if something happens, okay? Yeah, and then over the next few, well, days or weeks, we should ideally see that third wave breakdown, which should take us close to that 1530 level down there. the 78.6 retracement level. Let's see if that is going to follow through. Explained it in the Bitcoin video. We had a bit of a hot run here, so it's really been, I mean, Bitcoin as well, they've respected our support resistance levels recently perfectly. At some point it will just break, okay? It will break and then we have to readjust. That's typically what happens at some point, until we find the right waves again. So it's a bit like surfing. We're surfing the right waves at the moment. If we're off a little bit, then we just have to jump on again and jump onto the surfboard and get back into the right pattern. Okay, yeah, that's my update about ETH. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, links in the video description. And if you're interested, check out the membership. Here you get access to weekly live streams, Discord and Telegram chat groups, plus educational content, and as a gold member, additional market updates and signals. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.